Good morning, travelers. Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot, and I'm coming to you today, October, what is it, the 28th? I believe so. I'm coming to you with a general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of November 2016. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and the messages will not resonate with everyone. I ask that you check back to your Moon and Rising sign as it is posted. In order for you to gain any clarity on your situation requires a personal reading. I'm not able to answer general questions via email. Why? Because I haven't put down a spread for you. So how that works is you contact me, I take your information, I meditate on the cards, and then we lay a spread, and it can give you more insightful information specific to your situation because there's, millions of Geminis in the world, and so everybody has a different situation. Um, I have the Muja Tarot here. I'm coming to you with a new deck today. I'm very pleased that I was able to read with this. Some decks you can't, it takes a while to read. Some decks you never connect with. And this one was pretty simple for me to connect with. It is a lovely deck. Now, I just had a card fly out while I was doing some pre-shuffling. And I don't read reverse cards, but this Five of Wands showed up reversed. So I'm going to give it to you both interpretations. This way it speaks to, perhaps arguments and fights, conflicts of personalities, conflict of will. Um, it speaks to either it's a group dynamic, either a lot of people involved in the situation or there's a lot of outside influences that are directing this energy. Okay, but it showed up reverse. So what this tells me in one respect is maybe the energy has calmed down. There was a conflict in the past. Maybe there were lots of things going on um, that were bringing about a lot of delays and hassles and arguments and just tense energy, but now that has passed. Okay, so those are the two interpretations. It will apply for some this way and it will apply for others the other way. Okay, I'm going to turn it back upside down because right side up because I can't, it doesn't read for me well um, that way. I don't know. I haven't tried it with this deck. Most cards I can't read upside down. So let's go ahead and lay the rest of the spread. But this kind of leads off and tells me that there's been some conflict and some delays and some hassles, maybe some arguments and fights going on. We'll see what the rest of the cards have to say. And then I have the Seven of Coins with the Ten of Swords. The Five of Coins. So indeed, there have been lots, and five speak to changes. So there have been some changes that have been going on. I may turn that card back upside down. Let's see. I have the energy of the Empress in the center. The Two of Wands. The Six of Coins. The Star card. And the Ten of Wands, with the Knight of Swords as the overall energy. Okay, and that knight is indeed impressive. Let's see if I can turn this back upside down and see if it speaks to me. So our focus in the center is the Empress, and a lot of times when now these messages will apply whether it is same-sex or heterosexual. Even if, let's say, there's some work issues going on here, maybe this is for somebody who's retired as well. And maybe this is about retirement for somebody and the struggles that you may have being retired. Sometimes it happens like that. You so used to getting up, going to work, doing something every day, and then suddenly you got nothing to do. Well, that's a shift in energy. We do see there's a change here. I have two fives and I have two tens. And the tens are the end of a cycle. It is the end of a phase, okay? But the Empress in the center comes in to speak to us about, I always say that card is about self-empowerment, whether you are male or whether you are female. The Empress is an earth sign, so it's a solid, stable energy, and it speaks to a time of abundance, of growth, of fertility, of expansion. She represents Venus, and Venus represents, it rules both Taurus and Libra, I believe. Um, and Venus is all about the wealth, the income, the love, the beauty, the money, making things more beautiful in our lives. Most people only associate Venus with love, but she actually, in ruling the second house, um, also rules our self-possessions, the money that we earn for ourselves, the value that we place on ourselves. Do we equate our self-value with how much money we have or what we don't have? Um, and if that's the case, the Empress asks you to come in and look at that, because your value, ask yourself the question, more money doesn't equal betterment. And so if you feel that you should be treated better because you have more money in your bank account, versus, being treated like crap because you don't have enough money in your bank account, or you don't have the fanciest things or the nicest house, take a look at that, because there's more wealth to be found than just what you can physically own. Okay. So, kind of equate that. See, and then if it rules Venus on the, it's the outside appearance. Well, how do people view you that way? Do they view you differently because you have more money, or do they view you differently because you don't have a lot of money? Take a look at that. It's really all about your self-worth on the inside. So this is our energy here in the center. And whatever this argument or fight or these hassles were, um, this is past, present, and future. Past, present, and future. Let me show you the cards. You saw that one. There's the Seven of Coins, and there's that guy after the harvest. Here's the Ten of Swords. Okay. And we can see that, if the battle was over, it was, hard fought. You got in there and you did what you can do. But in the end, it looks like we were defeated in some way, shape, or form. But know that that's a transition energy. Five of Coins, someone feeling extremely lost and bereft. Here's the Empress. Let me show her to you. Okay. And then we have the Two of Wands, choices and contemplation. Six of Coins, the Star card. Love that card. And then this Ten of Wands. Okay. And I already showed you the Knight. And indeed, the reverse Five of Wands. So the conflict now is over. And with the Seven of Coins, it speaks to a time of patience, of waiting to see how your crop is going to turn out. Okay. You put in a lot of hard work. You sown the seeds. You waited for them to grow. Okay. But maybe it didn't yield exactly what you thought it was going to yield. Okay. Maybe this was you working on a project, putting in long, hard hours with some people. Sometimes the Five of Wands can show up as a card of family. There's been a lot of strife in family. You've been slaving away, you've been doing all of this. Nobody's been happy with the results. And you just feel like, man, what the hell? What in the hell, okay? Like you've been stabbed in the back. And this Five of Coins, now this Five of Coins is interesting to me, particularly the imagery. This person is sitting on the floor of a church, and they are really in a bad way. Now, this may have been some type of financial loss. Maybe the fight, the money, the argument was over money, and you ended up, losing in some way, shape, or form. But this is someone who actually feels like there really is no hope. Um, but that's not true. Um, if you came through the fight, the battle with all of your limbs intact, and you're still um, healthy and alive, all hope is not lost. And perhaps that's what the Six of Pentacles is talking about. It almost reads as if someone comes in at the last minute and says, okay, look. Because sometimes I view this card as someone feeling sorry for themselves as well, okay? And they're in such a state that they don't recognize that they still have something of value, whatever that may be. And this is, I can understand that feeling like this after this Ten of Swords energy. I really can. And here, whatever the argument was over and this feeling of just plain hopelessness, it's like something at the last minute comes in. Somebody comes in to say, you know what? Here, let me help you out. Okay? Let me help you out. And they kind of right the situation for you. Now, this card also can speak to some getting more than others. So maybe if this was a situation where there were finances involved, maybe you didn't get as much as you thought you should have. This could be something as simple as maybe you put in a raise for a raise, or an increase in your salary, and you were turned down. You're like, man, what the hell? I've been working for this damn company for 30 years. They can't give me an extra $50 for the year. What the hell? You know? And kind of feeling sorry for yourself. But interestingly to me, with the Empress coming in, it kind of says, in a way, this loss really means nothing, because there is something very, very abundant. You're poised to have some abundance come in. But now, this abundance is going to require you to make a choice. And this is about contemplation. You have two options, okay? And you don't have to do things the same old way, okay? You have a choice, and that's what this card is all about. Now, you can either stay in the situation that you're in, or you can move in a new direction. Now, it looks as though, like I said, somebody comes in and says, hey, look, at the last minute, here, I got something for you. And in a way, it kind of turns out like it's something that maybe you hoped for, or that you wished, or that you wanted. But there's some level of, I don't know, perhaps feeling burdened or feeling stressed around this. But I think more so that it has to do with the choice that you have to make. You see, these two tens are in line with each other. And this is definitely true. This is like you are at rock bottom, and maybe instead of this guy killing you, maybe he comes over to say, hey, are you all right? See the way he's got his hand on the chest of the dead person there, or the injured person. He may be coming over not to say, that he killed you. He could be coming over to say, hey, what, are you okay? Jesus, are you still alive? Maybe that sword that he's holding is not the sword to come in and deliver the death blow. It's the sword of, hey, things really aren't lost. Here, I have something to tell you. That's what the swords represent. Whoa. He's got his sword poised up, and he himself has been through a battle. His sword is bloodied at the tip. So, this is somebody who could be coming in and saying, look, all is not lost. I've been through the same shit. That's why I feel that this is a last minute offer that comes in. Somebody comes in and offers you some kind of assistance, in which case, don't be too proud to help. I mean, to accept the help. Don't be so wrapped up in feeling sorry for yourself that you're going to miss out on this. And maybe what this Ten of Wands is, it's a struggle because you're so used to, getting in there, doing the work yourself, and, um, providing for your own needs, that it kind of feels like charity, because that card represents charity as well. And even though you've been hoping for some kind of relief from whatever situation you find yourself in, you're struggling with that, of accepting the charity. Just know that everybody needs help at some point in time. I have a saying, sometimes you're too poor to be damn proud. and there's nothing wrong with receiving charity in the time that you need it. What you must keep in mind is that once you are in a better position, that you pay it forward. If it were not for the kindness and charity of other people, what would the world be? So having someone offer you something is a gift, and it should be viewed as a gift, and there should be no negative attachment or connotation to it. you know think about your own self-worth, and your own, it doesn't lessen it because you need help or that you accept it. It doesn't lessen who you are as a person, your intrinsic value of your self-worth. It doesn't change that. And maybe that's what this argument, this conflict has been about. Someone's been trying to offer you help, perhaps, and you haven't been accepting the help. Now, this Knight of Swords is, I don't know what he's trying to tell me. You see, and this will be eventually changing to an Ace of Swords, and this will be changing to an Ace of Wands. So what this tells me is that there's something on the horizon that's coming, and it's going to come very, very quickly. You see how big those wings are? That represents Mercury. And here he's holding the sword of communication, truth, thoughts, beliefs, ideas. So something is coming. This card usually represents Gemini. It also represents communities and neighborhoods. Okay, so there may be some occurrence that's coming up around your community or your neighborhood. An idea, something that happens quite swiftly, or some news that travels quite swiftly through the community or through the neighborhood. So what I want to do is I want to take a look at what this Five of Wands reversed is telling me, because the fight's over now, and there's no point really in dwelling over shoulda, woulda, couldas. Granted, if you were the not the victor, so to speak, in this situation with this Ten of Swords, don't feel sorry for yourself, because you still are a valuable person. You still have worth. You still have something to offer. And so perhaps what the Two of Wands is saying is, you have the choice to either sit and wallow in pity, or you have the choice to get up and turn this situation around. But it's almost like the cards are saying, you're not going to be able to turn it around unless you accept this offer from someone. And no matter what you say, no matter what you say, you need it. You've been praying for it. That's the clarity. Right down the center. Man, I've been working so hard. I don't know when my crop going to come in. I'm ready for something to come in. I'm praying for it. I'm waiting on this break to come in. Well, there it is. And if it hasn't arrived, perhaps it will be. Because this speaks to burden and stress, but it can also equal success. Why? Because you persevered through it, And if you need a little helping hand up, damn it, accept it. Get out of the mud. So let's take a look at this Five of Wands reversed, this Ten of Swords, this Five of Coins. And most definitely, we're going to take a look at that Knight of Swords. You know, I feel that if you've been waiting on some news, it will be coming. And the swords equal days, okay? Not weeks, days. It's like you've been waiting for weeks. That's what the wands represent. I've been waiting for weeks on a change. Well, it's coming. Now, this is odd. It's a fight. It's an argument. It's petty. It speaks to either a meeting with someone, okay? Um, Sometimes this can show up as a job interview, okay? Um, then I have the Giovani Fanciulla, a younger person, okay, or something new. But there was a fight over this, and it's something that you felt was an achievement after a long time, but apparently there was disagreement on that. Here we have this 7 of coins here that says you really put in the hard work and you were waiting to see the rewards of it, and you got shafted. Or at least you feel you got shafted. That is your perception of the situation. You know, sometimes we hear that all the time. Things happen for a reason. Well, yeah, they do, but when you're in the shit of it, you really don't want to hear that, and it don't make no sense to you. So, but nevertheless, that is a true statement, you know? But a lot of times we don't see it that way. We can't see it that way, you know? Let's take a look at this. I'm going to go across to this 10 of Swords. Wow. Now, see, this doesn't even read like it might be a relationship issue, but with the Sibilas that are coming out, it kind of tells me that it is. And I'm looking at the Sibilas in the form that they, you know, it's the meeting of someone. This is in the past. Yeah, maybe this is, like I said, it could be a job interview. Maybe you tried to hire somebody to come in and do something for you. The nurturing person. You were looking to hire a nanny, and this new chick came to your house, and you really thought that she was going to be, you know, after a long time, you finally found the right person, and they were going to be loyal. But there was a betrayal here. Okay, that could be work or romance. That scenario can play out. There was a betrayal. In a sense, it's kind of like you felt complacent. You've done the work and you figured everything. Well, I did the work. I did my investigative work. I did my research. You know, sometimes the swords can represent research. You know, I did everything I was supposed to do, but still I was betrayed. And this Kaza is not necessarily a house. It could represent some type of institution, because it looks like some kind of institutionalized building to me. So, 5 of coins. A message from afar. Obviously one that, and see, when you see this, a message from far away, there's no indication whether the message is good or bad. But falling on this 5 of Swords, looks like it's pretty bad. What a strange, you know, the message that you hope was going to make you feel good. Aha. Thwarted by an enemy. Betrayal. A rival. And some serious loss here. Now, if this was a business deal gone bad, you know, maybe you feel betrayed because you have people at home that you love and you care for. And you feel maybe as though you have let them down in some way. Um, let's see what this Ten of Wands is trying to tell us. And maybe this is, you know, the Empress is the mother of the tarot. Maybe this is somebody's mom. I do have this woman with children here. Maybe this mom steps in to, you know, say, well, here, kids, you know, mother-in-law or somebody can step in and say, here, kids, you know, I got a little savings. I can help you out with a little something, 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 you know, but you don't want to accept it. Like she's offering something and you're thinking about it. Oh, this is weird. Now I have these 3 cards and I really falling on this Ten of Wands. Stress, burden, worry, success. I have the dilettante. Ah, it's making sense to me now. The la nemica. And then the amore card. Now, to me, this does not read like an affair, but it could be a third party coming in. I mean, I do have the Empress in the center. That's only 1 3, and I don't always like to look at the threes as cheating or a third party, because threes also represent some type of spiritual protection. Okay, um, so I'm trying to figure out what this La Namica is trying to tell me, and it reads like some kind of stupid action or stupid behavior surrounding someone who is a La Namica, another rival. Okay, we have one here. And love, and this is being a real burden. Or maybe it's a success. I mean, what do I know? I'm trying. The cards aren't telling me what this is about. So maybe we can get some clarity. I don't know what this is trying to tell me. Oh, wow. Because this is wands. This is the doing of something, the culmination of something that's almost over with. The fire's about to go out on this. And sometimes, if this is another party in the situation, sometimes when I see this in this position here, landing here, but really it would say this if she was on her way out. You see, the cards would be, the Sibilas themselves would be in a different position. But this is someone who's still prominent in the position with love facing her. Well, let's see what this message is all about. That just threw me, people, and I'm real sorry I can't, you know, figure that out. I'm just stumped. I don't know what those 3 cards are trying to tell me. Everything else was clear up until I got here. They just kind of don't make sense falling on the 10 of Wands. That just, it doesn't make any sense to me. And literally, my guides just stopped talking when those three cards came out. So I can't tell you what it means. So maybe I'm not supposed to tell you what that means. The dilettante, stupid action, stupid behavior, the l'animica and amore. I don't know what that means. On a 10 of Wands. So maybe this Knight of Swords can tell us, can clear this up for us, because I don't understand it. Wow. Fortuna, a positive event or positive occurrence. But then I have this falsità, hypocrisy, lies, deception, hidden intentions, and then the denari. It kind of reads like maybe there's something that comes, some news or event that comes in that will, it's a sword that's going to alert you to, and that's what's positive. The news coming in is going to be something positive that alerts you to some kind of funny business going on here with money or security, possessions. Remember that Empress is in the center. These are things we were just talking about at the beginning. That kind of descended into mystery. So I really don't know what to tell you about that. It definitely has to do something with money and feeling betrayed. And maybe this is a family situation. Again, like I said, with many people involved in it. You know, I can't, I don't get this Lanamika. I don't get these three cards on this 10 of Wands. I just don't get it. And my apologies for that, you know. I read cards, I'm not a magician. I'm psychic, but sometimes the messages just don't come, okay? And when that happens, there's really nothing I can do about it. Let's see if maybe this will tell us something. Well, whatever this is, it says within the next few weeks. And I was going to say that because I'm looking at this knight, and the knight, the swords represent, as I say, days. But if I'm going to give the knight a number, he would be the number 11. Okay, he comes right after the 10. And so within the next few weeks, can you see that? I don't even know who I'm reading for. Gemini. You know, and he's riding in with the sword of truth. This guy. I want you to look at this card. And he means business. Even his horse is looking back like, damn. Can you see that? His horse like, damn, you riding me into the ground. So something's coming. And to me, this is the sword of truth. This guy is coming to deliver something. He's coming, and he's coming in quickly. And he's coming to deliver news and some truth and clarity on this situation. You know, I would be interested in knowing if this occurs for anybody, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You know, within the next few weeks, if you recognize this situation, I would be interested in knowing if you actually get some information coming in. That obviously is going to change a few things. It's going to reveal something, and that's what I feel the Knight is. And it's still, you know, I can't ignore the fact that it's that card can represent community and neighborhoods. So that Five of Wands reverse lets me know that it is actually people who know each other, as I was saying. You know, your community can be where you live. It could be the group of people you hang out with, the folks you go to church with. You know, there's different kinds of communities. So, you know, and it looks like there's some revelation of some funny business going on. And most definitely with the two, the Il Nemico and the La Nemica popping up, you know, and then that cat. So there's some funny business going on. Something is afoot. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope the message helped. And until next time, namaste.